What is going on, guys? We are live. It is your boy Eric of EMFC,
This is Derek at the
and this is Wrestle Chat Wednesday. On Wednesday, of course, is the last Wrestle Chat before the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Of course, we've waited all year. This is their Super Bowl, bro. This is the big event, and we're looking forward to it. Again, I feel like this build has been very slow because it's taken a while, and that's all because of how long they had that gap before WrestleMania. So here's hoping that it's going to end up being very, very good. So my bad, Triple H in the chat already. What's going on? Appreciate the hype. I'm just opening up the chat right now beside me. My account. I don't know why it's not working on this side. Oh, that's why. It's not working on my phone. But yeah, WrestleMania weekend. Let's get to the recap first, and we'll lead into our opinions into WrestleMania. I find it. There it is. And here we are, the last SmackDown and Raw before the WrestleMania. I guess there is technically one more SmackDown, but that's kind of like a mini pre-show, I guess is the way I would kind of describe it. I don't know why looking at this, nothing looks familiar. Oh, that's why. All
because
right.
it was ass because it was a shit show. That's why you don't remember any of it because it was a
No.
fucking shit show.
No. I remember it vaguely because I did watch it and I know why. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can look at my eyeballs very quick, I have gotten LASIK. Yes, my eyes are 100% now. They're better than 100%. They're brand new and ready to go. I was wearing the Yeet glasses, of course, not only because, wrestling and stuff, but because the light was kind of too bright for my eyes right now. It's been less than a week since I got it. So, I'm just trying to keep it easy a little bit. But yes, this is why I don't remember seeing SmackDown, because on Friday I was having LASIK, and then when SmackDown was happening, I was listening to it like if it was on the radio. It was an awkward time. But Derek, I guess you take us away on the recap. Make it a quick SmackDown here.
It was shit. All right, next. I'm trying to think what happened on SmackDown. I think the main event was EL versus Jade Cargill in a non-title match because Rhea Ripley came out and she was like, "Hey, you beat up my friend, and I'm so sad because my friends and my loves and my family shouldn't be involved and stuff like that." As if Io Sky isn't like a former champion, can handle her own damn self or whatever the fuck. It's fine. In any case, Io comes out and she's like, "I want Jade," Japanese accent. Yeah. And then Nick Aldis is like, "All right, cool. Let's make that the main event." So that was cool.
They were touting it as a WrestleMania main event, which I was like, yeah, I guess, but like they
I
really didn't
guess.
promote it or anything. I don't know. I just felt like
Uh,
they were focusing on Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, and I feel like they lost the plot now, where now it's just all about this tag team again, and now Jade and her friends now kind of making her look weak, in my opinion, anyway. I
yeah,
don't know.
like I
It's
don't
just
know
like
why they're making it seem like Jade's that formidable that she could beat Io Sky. Like Io Sky should realistically run her shit, but
she was injured
whatever.
technically.
It's
She had
I,
like rapping. That was the excuse, anyways. But
I guess.
yeah, appreciate Triple H in the chat. Um, thank you. I did have a good successful surgery. It was one of the easiest things I ever done in my life. It was great. He's laughing. All right. Alexa Bliss defeated Bailey again. Even on Raw, they're just having these tag team little bouts. Didn't really matter. They're just like kind of killing time until WrestleMania comes around. Royce Keys debuted. It was his
Oh yeah,
hometown, which is pretty cool.
yeah,
Powerhouse
yeah,
Keys.
yeah. Good,
Royce
good.
Royce
It's
Hawes.
debut. Good debut match for him. He had like a little backstage promo where apparently he's trying to put over "I" as like his catchphrase phrase, which is like this is like the epitome of when like white people are like, "Oh, that's a really cool word. You should use it," and they try to put it over and push it as if like it's a thing. Like, bro, like we say "I" casually. We're not making it a catchphrase. This isn't like a yeet thing, which obviously like is also another thing that they beat into the ground. And now they're trying to like let's not make this a thing.
That
Like
was
if
like
he uses
natural
it
too.
casually, yeah. Yeah, like let's not do that. But what was
Mhm.
interesting was that Solo came out to him during the backstage and kind of like mentioned that they have history, which I didn't know. I don't even know if it's real or not, but they are going off of the fact that they do have some history in the past. That he's just like, yo, if you need anything, let me know.
Mhm.
And Lord Keys is kind of like looking at him like, interesting. All right, cool. Um, oh, I remember why I don't remember much of SmackDown because I turned it off because I was that fed up with it. I
Yeah.
turned it off after the Pat McAfee segment,
Oh yeah. So that was the next segment right now.
which
It's a good thing I listened and
yeah.
not like really watched. Again, Triple H in the chat saying the real Triple H and good. Um, but yeah, as you guys are all saying, it was pretty ass. Pat
Like,
McAfee went to talk and he talked his ish, and some of the points he
yeah,
did make sense in a way.
like,
Cody Rhodes
yeah, like
comes. Yeah.
I'm not hating on like Pat McAfee's stuff was good. Like, I'm not hating. Like, he's a good promo. I think it was just like one, like the crowd just wasn't really feeling it, even though like he was bringing up some really good points.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just like so over the storyline because like I just don't feel like it should really be a focal point of what we're trying to do here between Randy and Cody.
I know.
But like Pat McAfee was talking to just basically mentioning that like CM Punk was talking his shit on Monday Night Raw the week prior,
Mm.
in response to Pat McAfee, and basically say that like CM Punk's a hypocrite because it's like he's saying all this shit to say that he's the voice of the voiceless, but like like ticket prices are high and like all the merch that you guys are buying in the stands, like who's it going to? Like it's going to him. Like so it's like he'll say like oh like he wants to like be all up against TKO, but he's making more money because of them. So like who's really like the guy here? And then
Mm.
basically mentions that like I'm a man of the people, so I'm going to make sure that you guys get discounts. So like after I talk, like WrestleMania tickets are going to be 25% off.
On
He goes
Saturday
on to
exclusive because of Ram.
it's Saturday exclusive because he basically bears Sunday. So like, who cares about Sunday? Like
I
Saturday,
know,
like Randy
which
Orton's
is
like
not how
like
you
that.
promote WrestleMania. And obviously, we already know Saturday's the week card. It's just,
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like as we said, I feel like it's sick of it. Randy versus Cody would have been lit. When Randy started off being a heel and destroying people, like that seemed really cool. But this, like the Rhea Ripley and the Jade Cargill rivalry, is dying off very quickly. It's boring. Randy Orton's not even the focal point. Pat McAfee at the end when they jump, for some reason, freaking Jelly Roll's still around. And they jumped Cody Rhodes. They took his title, and it wasn't Randy carrying the title. It was Pat McAfee carrying it around. Honestly, I like Pat McAfee as an announcer, but like now it's just kind of ruined it. It's one of those where like now you see his face and you're just like, I'm over this. I don't want to see this guy. And
yeah. And now like it seems as though Pat and Jelly Roll are gonna be in the respective corners of like Cody and Randy, and like again didn't need that for the storyline, but this is what we're doing. But ESPN seems to be loving it. They apparently touted that this was the best thing going in wrestling right now, and then
that's
which
because
is a
they put it
lie.
there. Nah. Anyways, Jacob Fatu takes on Tamatonga with interference of Drew. Was that the one? Oh no, this is the one where Jacob Fatu wins and then Drew comes and fights. That was pretty decent.
Yeah,
That was kind of fun when they were
I
scrapping
didn't watch
around.
it.
He handcuffed him because he called him a criminal. And then he beat his ass, bro. He said he's gonna take him back to the penitentiary. You get me? Trick Williams and Lil Yachty confront Sami Zayn. People are booing the hell out of Sami Zayn finally. Sammy's like, I hear that, but I'm only here for the fans who cheer me. And Trick came in pretty much like the face, be like, yo, what you did was kind of wrong. And you can hear people boo you. You can tell that people don't want you. So like now the roles are starting to reverse finally, which is good. And then when Trick Williams fought Matt Cardona, Sami Zayn was
Uh,
removed from the ringside. I don't remember what happened. Oh,
all I know is
he
that
he attacked Lil Yachty,
yeah,
and because of that, afterwards, like Trick was more of the face, like like yo, why'd you hurt my friend, kind of thing. And Sami Zayn's like, yeah, standing kind of like tall, like a villain. So interesting. Danhausen has his first match against Kit Wilson. I'm not gonna lie, I was not
disappointing.
impressed. I was not impressed with his actual wrestling. It was fun, and the curse with the lightning and everything striking, but I thought he would wrestle a little bit more. But they were the little comedy act for the last couple weeks. Jade Cargill defeats Io Sky because she was injured. Rhea Ripley comes to help, and Jade really does nothing. She just like stands and walks away, and that's it. That's the end of the night. So that's probably why we knew SmackDown was really ass, because it was ass. Next, Monday Night Raw. It felt pretty good for the most part. I thought it could be better, but it starts with Roman Reigns cutting a promo. What do you think? It was like a
I love it.
vignette, like a
I love the
pre-made.
video. I love the video. The video was sick. I feel like the vignette in comparison to what we got in the main event was a little bit overhyped, but I loved the main event segment, and we'll run into that. But the vignette was really, really cool. Roman Reigns basically saying that, I gave you 2 months to click on that relevancy. You did nothing with it. Like all you did was lie. Basically, you're talking all this stuff, and then like the clips were basically like CM Punk saying all these things, and then
Yeah,
like other clips where he kind of contradicts himself.
in the
So like when he
past,
first came
yeah,
back, he said that he had no interest in winning the world championship, and then there was another promo where he said like his main goal was to become world champion again.
yeah,
Um, um saying like, oh, like, you know what I mean, like I'm a voice of the people and da 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 at FTKO, but then it goes to like Pat McAfee basically say like, yo, like all that money that like he makes off of t-shirts and stuff like that is going to his bank account, and he, like sorry Saudi Arabia and all that stuff. And it was just like a lot of clips of like Punk saying all these things but like kind of contradicting himself as time goes on, kind of thing.
yeah,
um and then he kind of ended the vignette by saying that like, he's gonna come out like at the end of the day and basically like tell like the truth, and like, like the full truth of everything, of the full matter. So kind of just like hyping up towards her like final confrontation. Night starts off, I believe, with Triple H and um Adam Pierce, where they're like, okay, well, the contract signing didn't go to plan, so we're gonna have these guys sign the contracts, but we're gonna do it separately. So then Paul Heyman comes out with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out, signs the contract. Paul Heyman says like he's gonna kill him, whatever, whatever, kind of thing, and like that's that.
which was kind of
Was
disappointing, but like I guess they're saving kind of like the best for last. They said that he's not the future, even though how excited people see him or whatever. That segment does continue eventually a little bit later. Lyra Valkyria defeats Charlotte Flair. This one was kind of cool because Lyra and Charlotte were really competing pretty well. It was good technical wrestling, and Bailey interferes, causing another brawl. Again, all these brawls are just like trying to extend the storyline a little bit for their four-way tag team match. Um, Still no Bellas, so they really are under recovery. I did not see any of the backstage segments. Apparently, Danhausen goes looking for John Cena. Um, the women's championship. So Stephanie Valkyrie engages in a fierce brawl against Liv Morgan before WrestleMania. Liv revealed her new music. She was like in a video singing her song, which was unique in itself. She was at Coachella over the weekend, so she looked exhausted. They were swearing in Spanish. They were very aggressive. That's all there is to it. It's going to be a great match. The Usos and LA Knight defeat Solo Sikoa, Tonga Loa, and JC Mateo, which was kind of cool because Solo Sikoa kind of confronts him backstage saying, like, you're still embarrassing the family. Now you're running it with LA Knight. Why don't you take us on? It was a very random impromptu thing for the week of WrestleMania, but it was really fun. What else happened? Oh, yeah. So Seth Rollins and Gunther kind of confront each other. They give their points. I don't know, Derek, if you want to kind of explain it. I don't know if I can kind of explain it. It's just like I just view two
um,
people randomly thrown together, but I think when it was live, you were chatting about it. That you
I
like the
liked it. I
reasons.
liked it. Yeah, because like I feel like Gunther was able to give full on context as to like his beef with Sam. It was Seth Rollins. He basically said that like, it's personal to him because like, like he essentially, his main goal is just to prove that he's the best in-ring competitor, and like Seth Rollins goes around and basically says that he is, but like when Rollins was champion, he ducked Gunther. Like he never defended against Gunther. He never like went for him. And when Gunther was champion, it was like vice versa. Like you never really tried to test yourself against me when I was on top, and you didn't try to test yourself against me when you were on top. You always ducked me. So it's like I need to prove I'm the best in ring, and I need to like this is personal for me because I need to prove to you and everybody else that I am better than you, essentially, right? And that was like kind of like his main goal kind of thing. So, being Seth Rollins being the guy where he wants to prove that he is the best and like kind of show that through the fact that he's a in ring general. Like Gunther shows that like nah, like I'm the in ring general. Like you like need to prove yourself against me kind of thing, right? Which I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Mhm. Next up, Kairi Sane and Io Sky and Asuka were all arguing. They fought anyways at the end of the day because Io Sky was supposed to fight Asuka at WrestleMania. Looks like that's being moved to Backlash. She deleted her post regarding her challenge to Asuka, and Kairi Sane defeats Io Sky. So like Io is really falling apart right now. Um, it's kind of like Rhea Ripley's trying to help her out and stuff, but that might be a tease for later on. Now it's Oba's turn to sign the contract. He does. Paul Heyman comes out and he chats his ish or whatever, saying that Oba Femi is not the future. He's gonna get destroyed by Brock Lesnar. And Oba Femi cuts a hard promo. I've seen some people online like say that Oba shouldn't have caught a promo at all because they thought he was kind of robotic. But in my opinion, it was fantastic. He was really shooting from the hip. And he says
Yeah, I
he
like
is
that.
the one who will put an end to the beast. And he kept repeating why he was the one and why he was the reason. But even if that became a nickname, he's the one, bro. It'd be lit because he's the one. He's the future. The crowd was super behind Ova as well. So that's some good stuff there. Again, with the ladder match, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, they have a tag team match against Rusev and JD McDonough. Doesn't matter because they all fight at the end. Rey Mysterio gets involved. It was all fun and games, and at the end, Rusev was the dominant one. Not sure why, but people are very psyched and stoked about it. I'm very excited for a ladder match as well. And at the end, it was the Roman Reigns and CM Punk conversation, which, in my opinion, they started glazing each other a lot. They did show today the promo video package that they're probably going to put to before their match at WrestleMania, and it looked really, really good the way they edited it. Of course, as a video editor myself, but for me, I feel like this promo kind of fell short compared to what they were kind of like gassing up at the beginning, and especially being the last segment before WrestleMania. Derek, what is your opinion on this? Because this is the last thing of Monday Night Raw and the last thing I've ever reviewed for the road to WrestleMania.
Which and I liked it. I liked the fact
Right?
that like again, like I don't know if you remember, but a few weeks ago when I had talked about like Punk and Roman, like to me the psychology here is that you have two people who need to prove to each other and to themselves that they are the best, right? CM Punk comes out and he basically tells everybody he's the best in the world. Says all these things about Roman, but for him, he's old, right? Which,
He is old.
Roman kind of like
You're old.
attributed to. And like Punk, like I think in his mind, like he needs to kind of prove that like he still has it and he could still go and he's still the best in the world like he was back, like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Whereas Roman in his quest, it's like, kind of mentioning back to like when he had, I think it was like the tag team match with the Usos like last year, and like he kind of had like that point where he was just like, yo, no one thinks I can do this on my own. Like I can't have you guys around. Like I need to prove that like I'm still on top.
Yeah.
Right. So like the whole thing about him saying that I need to be acknowledged, you need to acknowledge me, it's like the acknowledgement comes from a place of insecurity where he is the guy, right? And he was the guy for a long time, but it was also during a time where the fans didn't accept it. A lot of people didn't accept that he was the guy, and then when he became the tribal chief, people did acknowledge him, right? But like that was his insecurity. It was like he had to prove that he was the man, right? And you can kind of attribute that involved partially to Punk because when Punk left WWE, it created this culture where a lot of fans did not really want to accept Vince's guys as being the guy. So like John Cena got booed even louder. Like any person that like we can see that the company was very much backing. It was just like, no, we don't want to see that guy. We want to see the guys that you don't look for. You want
Yeah.
to see the
Yeah.
guys that like are the underdogs. We want to see the Daniel Bryans. We want to see the Dolph
No.
Zigglers. We want to
No.
see, like those
Yeah.
guys,
I know
right?
what you mean.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so and in a sense, it's like like Punk has created this culture where it's like you didn't acknowledge me then, right? When you brought in the Shield, you didn't want me to be around it. You didn't really want me to be the person who was placed in that because you felt like this was something that was given to me and handed to me, and I need this to prove to you and to myself that like. Yeah, no, like this shit was given to me because I am the guy who can actually steer the ship,
Yeah.
right? So I thought like I love. That's the thing. Like what I had asked for is like I want a segment where these guys stop like saying like, oh, I hate you because like I hate you and stuff like that. Like I hate when people, because like The Rock did that a lot, and it was just kind of like, oh, I just don't like you. Okay, but tell me why. Like tell me the real reason why you guys don't f with each other. And so Punk legitimately told him like, I don't like you because you are the guy. And he acknowledged the fact that like even though he was like saying at the beginning of this whole thing like, oh, like I'm the champion. I'm the main event, and you're here because of me. He acknowledged like you have been the main event for almost a decade, and you've been in the spot that I've wanted to be in my entire career. And it's not lost on me on the fact that like the only reason why I'm having my first singles main event match at WrestleMania is because I'm opposite you, right? So I need to prove that like I deserve to be here more, and that like this main event match is something that I've earned because I deserve to be here, kind of thing, right? He acknowledges the fact that like, you know what, like, yeah, I hate the fact that this was given to you, but I also hate the fact that I envy you because as much as it's been given to you, you still worked your ass off to prove to everybody that you deserve to be in this spot, right? So in a lot of ways, he was putting him over, saying like, yeah, you deserve to be here, even though like our paths were different, and even though like the company chose you, you gave the company reason to choose you, right? So it's not like it's just like, oh, this wasn't deserved. Like he basically says that you deserve to be in this spot, and I hate that, right?
Yeah.
And then Roman also goes to say, and again, going back to like, I need to be acknowledged, and like going off of the insecurities of being booed for how many years. It's like I hate the fact that you have this connection with the
People.
fans, and like what I want is like if I were to go away, I want people to remember and acknowledge me and say that, and chant my name for 10 years after I'm done doing this stuff. It's like that's something that you hold more than anything else, and it's like that's what I want more than anything else. So being able to be real to that, it's like, all right, cool. Now we're actually getting into like the full true reasons as to why the both of these guys need this more than anything else in the world, which I loved it. I love the fact that like it felt like it was weird in a sense. It's just like all these arms and all these insults that were traded like week after week, and this is where we ended up. But I also love the fact that like, all right, you've given me your real reasons as to why this main event is so important to the both of you, right? Which it like again, it gave me reminiscence of like the Stone Cold and Rock interview that JR did back in 17, where those guys just said straight up like, like Stone Cold said like, I've been out for a year, I was the guy. And then you rose up and you became the guy, and I can't accept that. Like, I need this to prove that I'm still here. And The Rock needed this because he was just like, I wouldn't be in this position if you were taken out. And I need to be here to show to everybody that, like, yeah, I am better than you. Like, I need that more than anything else in the world, kind of thing. Right? Although, again, they go back and forth and they have their catchphrases and they're very smash mouth and they're the best pros in the business, but also just being real and saying, like, yo, like, I need to be at the spot. So I need to beat you to prove that I belong here, kind of thing, right? So some real shit.
Hmm.
Some real shit. I loved it.
Okay. Now, moving forward, it is WrestleMania time. Oh God, it is WrestleMania time. There is. Well, the Leafs losing to nothing. Fantastic. The tank continues. WrestleMania. Oh boy, here we go. Let's go through it because pretty much the matches are set. The choices have been
Yep.
decided.
Yep.
I'm not gonna necessarily say who's gonna win in every match. Maybe some like the obvious ones I'll give like my predictions or my opinions. But more so what I feel like this is gonna do moving forward, because that's a big thought that I had in my head now, where I'm like, okay, some of these matches they've been thrown together, but some of them got interesting. Some were interesting at the beginning in the first place. But regardless, on paper, if I didn't watch wrestling in a long time, Derek, and I showed up just to watch WrestleMania by itself, and I seen these matches, I'd be like, yo, this is kind of lit. All these wrestlers look pretty good. This looks like it's gonna be a fun time, especially the second night. But what is this gonna do? Because it's usually like the season finale. What is this gonna do to me as a wrestling fan moving forward? Once these matches are done and these rivalries are finished, what are we gonna do next month on Backlash? What are we gonna do the next month moving forward? Like, what's gonna keep me from continuing watching wrestling or being like, you know what? I'm tired of TKO shit. I'm done, kind of thing. I'll take a break from wrestling. You know what I mean? Right now, this is exciting because the WrestleMania card is good. But I feel like if I was gonna watch weekly, I would pass on a lot of the weeks that we watched previously. For some of them were like fantastic, but for a lot of the rivalries, I was like skip. You know. So I'm also gonna give my opinion on that moving forward. Let's start with night one. Randy versus Cody. What do you think the match is going to be like? And what do you think is going to happen moving forward? Is this going to be a main rivalry? Is a mainstay? Is TKO going to put their grubby fingers all over this match? Are they going to continue with the rivalry moving forward? Are they going to keep Pat McAfee around?
Um, So I think that they might continue this rivalry going forward.
Hmm.
Um, I don't like. I feel like Pat McAfee was already 1 foot out already, so I think that I don't know if he's going to be around post WrestleMania. I
Okay.
think he's probably just going to focus on some other projects. And if he decides that like he has a bit of time, maybe he'll kind of pop back in. But it really seems as though like he's kind of just like done with that aspect of things.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how this match is going to go. I have made a decision of where I think the who's going to go over,
Okay.
but I feel that like again because TKO has been so involved in this whole thing, like I think there's going to be a lot of ESPN stuff and just like outside shenanigans that's really going to ruin what this match could have been.
Yeah.
Um, and it's annoying to me because like the WWE Instagram has been doing overtime of trying to add context to like how important this match is and the history between these two guys. And these are all things that I felt like I should have been seeing through their promos and through the
On
week to week
SmackDown.
stuff
Yeah.
going into yeah. But like it's like, oh now you're telling me through your thing like, oh yeah, like back in 2009 or 10 like this happened and like yada 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 yada. It's just like, yeah, okay, cool. But like these were things that I wanted to see kind of materialize in their promos and the work and whatever the case may be. Um, but yeah, I feel like just because of how things are booked nowadays, like I feel like this is not going to be a one off. Like I think we're probably gonna have this linger for a lot longer than we really should. Um, like this will probably run into backlash. This will probably run into like the next Saudi pay per view. Like I feel like it's gonna be a long program, and maybe that's when they'll start to kind of delve into things a little bit more. But I felt like they should have done it already.
I think this. I have the same opinion that this is going to continue. I don't think Pat's going to leave. I think ESPN is going to still be involved in some way. But this is like a SummerSlam thing. They're going to run it back, which most likely results in titles being swapped every once in a while. But we shall see. I think the match itself is going to be really good as long as they don't really interfere too much. But it is what it is. Moving forward. Oh, they have a long ass story. Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vauquer.
That's one I'm looking forward to.
This is a match on paper, bro. On paper, on TV, anywhere you want, bro. I'm there. This is a great
This to
matchup to.
this to me This to me should have been the main event, and I won. I think the both of these women have done an incredible job of building the story, and it was a very simple like on-site thing. But I feel like the you could feel the raw emotion between the two of them, and it's something that has escalated between two different ideologies of the amount of work that they put in to get to that position and about respect. But it's boiled
Respect.
down. it's it's
I got him there with a five-time WCW
oh
champ,
my god.
sucker.
Oh, shout out to
Respect.
Booker T. Respect.
But as you were saying, yeah, raw emotion
But
in
yeah,
this.
you could feel it. Like the tension feels like so palpable. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I honestly feel like these women, like, legitimately respect and actually like each other. But like, it feels like they hate each other, and like you can see it, and it's just like materialized in like such a cool way. I think it's worth a lot because Liv Morgan is not shy to take bad bumps. And that's something that we've seen for like years. Like if you remember back into like her crazy like hardcore era where she was just like doing table spots for no fucking reason. Like she's not afraid to take those bumps, and I think that has added to this rivalry so much more. Because like Stephanie is not afraid to take those bumps either, which is great. So like they have done an amazing job of building the story. Like this is one of the matches for night one that I'm super looking forward to. Um but yeah, and honestly, like I'm good with either which way how it goes.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, this is gonna be a good one for sure.
Yeah. This one I was like, oh, it's gonna be an amazing wrestling match. I don't know how the promos are gonna work because Stephanie's Spanish, sorry, her English is not so good, but it's been decent for the most part. I feel like they could have done more, and if they had someone else in that picture, like it would have been a whole lot easier. But people are behind it. I'm behind it. Let's get it going. On to the next one. That was the two Royal Rumble winners, by the way. Randy Orton. Wait, no, Randy won the Elimination Chamber. Sorry,
Yeah, and then Liv won
you're right.
the yeah.
She
Who
won.
won the?
She won the Rumble. She won the Rumble.
Oh yeah, Roman won the
And
Roman won the Rumble.
Roman
Yeah,
won
yeah,
the
yeah.
Rumble,
Okay,
and Rhea and Randy won the Elimination Chamber.
won the
That's how it
Elimination
was.
Chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes.
two winners deserving to make it into the finals. Next championship match is the Intercontinental title, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. This one I feel like is a throwaway match. I'm not interested. I don't think they've been on TV in weeks, actually.
No, they
Um,
just do like vignettes and stuff.
it's just what we said
Um,
from a long time ago. This is just a three-peat that Triple H loves. You win one, you win one. This is the last one. It is what it is, you know?
mhm. Yeah. Like, yeah, like it's cool. Like we got here now. AJ Lee first WrestleMania in however many years, going up against a top WrestleMania talent and Becky Lynch. Again, match I probably would have been interested in if they didn't already have like 3 matches. So I think there's a little bit of fatigue from that front. Um, and just I think part of it too is just that like I feel like I wanted to see a different version of Becky. And in the sense that like I feel like kind of like with Punk where he's a little bit more real as to like why he feels like he needs to be in the spot. Like I didn't really want to see like the super over the top heelish cowardly Becky in this situation. I think I wanted to see like okay, like what's your real issue with AJ here? Like why are you so, you know what I mean? Like again, like when they had that little backstage little vignette where they were talking face to face, like again, I wanted to see a little bit more of like Becky be like, yo, like F you, like, being a little bit more real as opposed to just kind of being like, you know, sports entertainment says it, like the Bleacher Report says it, like the typical Becky thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and I don't know, I feel like considering that the whole Intercontinental Championship reign of AJ Lee has kind of been centered around this whole Becky thing. Like, it's one of those things where I think he even mentioned, like, I don't know if this match really needs a title. Like, you could have really kind of ran without it. But
Yeah.
here we are. Here we are. So.
You know what kind of match could have had this Intercontinental title for? Io versus Asuka. It would have been a banger. But I
Yeah.
digress. I am actually not interested in this match at all. I just don't care. I feel like they're both on their way out anyways, so like not intriguing to me. This match though, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, unsanctioned match. I think it's gonna be exciting. I think it's gonna be a low key dark horse, especially for this night. Yeah, it's just gonna be that low key fisticuff little match that we need. It's probably gonna be violent. There's gonna be probably crowd events. Maybe they'll fight on the stage. Looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be very exciting. And honestly, this ends the rivalry, in my opinion. Moving forward, whoever wins, whoever loses, I think they go on their ways, and then they start focusing on the world title or whatever it may be. If they finally decide to do a like roster shakeup, I think this would be the perfect opportunity to move them to separate brands and do their thing. What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, for a match that, again, I feel like has been sort of like worked over for a while now since like the whole Jacob Fatu being taken out scenario has come. Like I felt like they've done a good job of kind of like really ramping up the intensity. I think again it'll be an entertaining match. The no hold or the unsanctioned aspect of it
No hold bar.
is a little bit more intriguing.
No DQ.
Just because like they seem to differentiate between an unsanctioned match versus like a typical no holds barred, no DQ, no disqualification, extreme rules, like all the different variations of the same match. Like the unsanctioned aspect kind of gives it a little bit more of like a more hardcore feel from what we've seen in recent years. So I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a pretty decent match. I'm not like overly hyped for it, but it looks like it will be a good one. It'll probably be one of those ones that will be unexpectedly better than I anticipate it to be.
Okay. Saturn in the chat. For if it were not for my glasses, I could see what the emoji is, but there
Let
you
me
go. I see it
see.
now. Four teams to battle for the WWE Tag Team Women's Championship. I think once again, this is a match where if you have a lot of fatal four ways and stuff like that, it's just to fit as many people as possible from the roster into WrestleMania. I feel like this was already written in the stars. We discussed it many times over. They're all great tag teams. I feel like, and it's probably at fault of WrestleMania being far away from what Elimination Chamber was. It's almost like 2 months between pay-per-views that I was kind of over this. And it's going to be whatever to me, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I have my opinions on who I believe is going to win and who should win moving forward. But yeah, it's just what it is. Derek, I'll let you hear your opinion, but also to defend yourself. Rain Soul saying that your TV's crooked. And I didn't notice until now.
Is it? Oh.
It looks from this angle.
Is
Maybe it's your computer.
Yeah, I think it's my camera that's crooked. I'm pretty sure, but I can check the leveler. But I don't think my TV's actually
Get
crooked.
a leveler.
Yeah, it's something my camera. I think it's my camera.
He's just saying that, guys. His TV is how I watch TV. He's like this when he's in bed. This house is lopsided. All right. What is your opinion on this? Do you have an opinion on this?
I mean, I feel like I have a definite opinion who I think is going to win the match. But otherwise, yeah, I think I think I mentioned it last week too. Like, I think that the story arc with Lyra and Bailey, like, I feel like Bailey kind of needs this match to win to kind of make up for the fact that she was snubbed last year.
Yeah.
And I think that the ongoing tag team camaraderie between her and Lyra Valkyria throughout the whole year, of trying to redeem themselves from like last year, I think it's kind of like the main thing that's probably going to go over in this match.
I think it was apparent on Raw and SmackDown. They really showcased them a lot. And even with them winning their matches, I feel like they've been pushing for these guys to win. And honestly, they need it because the Bella twins are old. I understand they might give it to them just to give it to them, but just like, I don't know.
That's just to even show up. Like, they haven't been on TV in the last few weeks since the Nikki Bella injury scare. So as far as we know, we don't even know if they're going to be involved.
Naya and Lash Legend, I feel like they're both gonna go their own separate ways, but they could start competing for the main titles now because obviously when that rivalry ends with Rhea and oh my god, why is her name escaping? Jade Cargill. Like, one's a Raw superstar, one's a SmackDown superstar. Like, stuff's gonna have to change, so shall see from there. But yeah, right off next. Is this the last SmackDown of the night? Oh no, sorry, last SmackDown of the night. Last match of the night for this one. There's 2 left. This is another one that I feel like they threw them together because they just wanted to have them on the show. The tag team titles are not even on the line, but here we are. Honestly, I don't know what to say, Derek. What do you think? I just feel like it's gonna be a whatever match. They're just gonna do their thing. I feel like Speed is gonna surprise a lot of people, but besides that, it just doesn't mean anything, honestly, to me.
Yeah, I think that's all it is. I think it's just going to be a showcase to show that like LSP can actually do some cool stuff in the ring. It'll be a special attraction for a lot of casual viewers and stuff like that. But this was an opportunity to get the Usos and LA Knight on the card. Yeah, that's all it is to me. But I think it'll just be kind of like an entertaining thing for a lot of people who aren't familiar with the product. Like, oh, I show Speed's here. This is cool.
Pretty much. All right, last match of the night: Seth Rollins versus Gunther. I think this match, because again it's been thrown together a little bit, I think it's going to be better in the ring than what we expected. I don't think they fought each other in a while. Should be a spirited affair, as they would say, because Seth was technically a heel before. Gunther's kind of a heel, but not, you know. So, and I have my opinions on what else is going to happen in this match, but yeah, I guess it's I don't know where they're going to put on the card, but it's just a decent match in general that they threw together in there.
It's gonna be. I think it'll be a fun wrestling match. It really, again, one of those sleepers that'll be better than people anticipate, considering that it was kind of thrown together last minute. But yeah, I think it'll be a decent match.
All right, that's night 1. On to night 2. Oh, they're starting with the main event at the top. I hear myself. What's going on there? Oh, you have it on.
I have it on my phone. Okay. Sorry, let me.
Roman versus Punk. Just cinema. I don't know. That's a perfect way to describe it, in my opinion.
Yeah, just cinema. Very much cinema. This one was one of the matches that I was very torn about in regards to who I thought was gonna go over.
Really?
Yeah. I did make my decision. I already put my pick in, but this one, I was torn just because, like, I feel like, you know, obviously we know Roman's schedule, so regardless, we're probably not going to see him after this for maybe a few weeks to a month or however the case may be. Where as Punk will probably be there,
Yeah.
but at the same time, yeah, I feel like Roman kind of needs a WrestleMania win because he hasn't really won at WrestleMania since like night one at WrestleMania 40, if you really want to count it, right? So, um, yeah, but at the same time, like I think what would do Punk well would be for him to win his main event singles match and kind of have that to his legacy. Um, but again, it's one of those things where it can go either which way. But I'm excited with how it goes.
We
But
know how
yeah,
it's gonna go. Roman's gonna bury his ass. Enough of this old man. Get him the free out of here, bro. Honestly, the rivalries are endless regardless where they go. No matter what, I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker's gonna take the title from either off of them. So it is what it is. But yeah, again, this is ever since we even saw when Royal Rumble finished, and this was the last segment of the night, and they talked, and Roman chose him immediately. We already knew that this is going to be the main event of all of WrestleMania because it was just cinema written in the stars. This has Hollywood written all over. Next banger of a match, Rhea Ripley takes on Jade Cargill. I think it's going to be a pretty good match. I feel like Rhea's going to carry a little bit more than what we expected. I don't know who's going to win still. I'm kind of torn because I feel like both of them have a reason on who to continue fighting afterwards. I think Io is eventually going to get involved in this rivalry, and I feel like that breakup's going to happen sooner or later. Potentially, Io might even join Damage Control again. I don't know if they call Damage Control anymore, or if they're just called the Kabuki Warriors, but yeah. What do you think, Derek?
um, I think I was torn about this one too. I don't even remember who I chose, to be honest with you. But I feel like I was kind of torn because I think again, like both women have a really reason to win this match and kind of continue kind of going uh whichever way they need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um I feel that again this match was not necessarily thrown together, but I feel like this is a match that we got because other people weren't available.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that will impact how the match goes, but yeah, I agree with you though. I feel like this is definitely going to be a huge moment for Jay because this is like did she have a singles match last year? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, she did against Naomi. Against Naomi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, but this is like a world championship match at WrestleMania for her, so a very big deal.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how if she's able to snuff out the haters with this performance.
Mm-hmm. On to next is, oh my god, how many more matches are left? Oh, it's 4. Literally say that
Probably
for the
four,
last
yeah.
day. All right. Oba versus Brock. Honestly, all I could say, also cinema, if the other ones were main eventing, if Roman and Punk was a main eventing, and a lot of people's opinions, I heard, I think it was Bully Ray, he was talking about it on the podcast as well, was the one match that you would want to see at WrestleMania that you look forward to. Everyone points to this one. This is the
Yes.
future. This is a catastrophic big man match, bro. This is a heavyweight match scheduled for one fall. And Brock Lesnar, no matter what, even if Oba loses, I feel like this is a passing of the torch because Oba to be in this picture and to be considered even a rival to Brock Lesnar, starting out his WWE main roster career, it's been like 3 months, 4 months that he's actually been in WWE, like the main roster. It's huge. It's huge, huge, huge.
Hmm.
Bright
Hmm.
future in his future. So, and do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think this is a huge match, a huge, huge match, and one that's very much anticipated. I think in a lot of different media outlets, like this is a marquee match, and I think it's going to draw a lot of people in. Um, so yeah, they're very much looking forward to it. Definitely hoping that it goes one way. But we'll see. We'll see what happens on Sunday.
Okay. Trick versus Zayn. All I gotta say is I feel like Sami Zayn won the titles just so he can drop it to Trick. I don't know if shenanigans are going to be involved, but I feel like it'll push Sammy to be more of a heel and eventually go on that main championship run, hopefully. But for sure, when it comes to Trick Williams, he is the future as well. And yeah, perfect opportunity to put the strap on him, they would say.
Trick better win this match.
That's all you got to say, eh?
That's all I,
Oh,
that's all I
you,
gotta say. Trick better win this match.
you sure will. 6-man ladder match now. JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, Penta, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. Again, I always love me a traditional WrestleMania ladder match. First, it was more so the tag team belts on the line. Then it was Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank became its own thing, its own pay per view, which is good because obviously you look forward to something in the summer, right? I'm glad that they moved the mid card titles to it because it's a chance to give these stars who are not showcased a chance to shine at WrestleMania. Ladder matches are always fun, and at the same time, it's a fun way to drop the title to someone who's not expected. Kind of like how Dominic Mysterio won a Fatal 4 last year, right? So, yep, that's all I got to say. Exciting match. Booyaka 619. Happy Booyaka noises.
Because happily. This is gonna be a fun match. Multi-man ladder match with a lot of guys who can work with a ladder. Quite cool. High risk. I hope no one gets seriously hurt.
Booyaka.
But I'm expecting it to be. Yeah, I hope Rey Mysterio doesn't get seriously hurt. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a really really cool match. It's definitely gonna be a one to watch for sure. Like I think this is definitely gonna be a highlight match for sure.
Next, I think it's the last one. Yep. The
Yep.
Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. We were looking forward to this in a while. I was hoping they were promoting the demon character because I wanted
Yeah.
that to be a surprise because Finn has mentioned
Yeah.
that before. It used to be just like him showing that he can really release his energy. It wasn't a
Yeah.
separate character thing.
Yeah.
When Vince
Yeah.
got a hold on it, it became a own character, kind of like the Fiend was to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a great match. This rivalry has been something we've been looking forward to in a long time. It's sad that it hasn't been promoted as of yet, but yeah, it's gonna be great. Finn is going to go out there and be the face that he needed to be for a long time. So
Yes. Yes. So I am looking forward to the match, and I share the same sentiments. I really wish that they didn't promote it as such. Like I really just wish that it would have been like he just showed up at WrestleMania as the demon, and like people were like,
yeah,
oh shit. I think it would have been a lot cooler. You could have maybe had done the vignette still, and maybe done like some cool like light show stuff where Dominic is around and like the lights go out and you hear like the heartbeat in the background and then everything. You know, kind of like the Undertaker stuff where like Undertaker was like kind of like doing the mind games. I think that would have been really cool.
I think they're just trying
Um,
to sell tickets, bro, as much as possible, which is the sad part.
yeah, which bothers me because I don't think that revealing that Demon is the thing is what's going to drive ticket sales. Like that's more so something for the hardcore fans, like the fans who know Finn know about this Demon character. But like if you're a first time person or a casual person that's trying to get locked into this stuff, like that's not going to like people are going to be like what's the big deal kind of thing, right? So
Yeah.
like this is more so for the people who were probably going to go to WrestleMania anyways of
Yes,
that
exactly.
world. Yeah, you
Which would
know,
have
like
liked the
that's I
surprise
feel.
in the first place.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cinema when it comes out though. And of course John
Oh,
Cena's hosting.
absolutely.
And that is
Yes.
WrestleMania. All summarized up. Now, I'm going to say, or I'm going to ask you a couple questions actually in regards
Okay.
to WrestleMania. First question is, who, well, you probably already got the answer to this. What is the match you look forward to most out of all WrestleMania? What do you think is going to be the best match there?
The match I'm looking forward to the most is honestly probably the main event match on Sunday. Like
Okay.
Punk versus Roman to me is like uh yeah, like I feel like it's been built up to be a main event match. This is you know, being a CM Punk fan, this is like for anyone, and I had mentioned this last year,
So tell us, Matt.
for the people for the people who are like, oh, well, it's not a real. Your main event match last year wasn't real main event because he main event to night one.
Yeah.
Well, now he's main event to night two. He is the true closer of the show.
Yeah.
So being a Punk fan and knowing how much of a big deal that is to him, I think is huge. Roman in a world championship match for the first time since like he lost the title 2 years ago. It's a big deal. Um, both men have huge reasons as to why they need to win this match. So it really does feel like a huge main event fight to me. So I'm very much looking forward to that more than anything else on the card. So I'm happy that like that's what we're closing out with, especially with a stacked Sunday night with a lot of great matches. I'm very much looking forward to this one.
Mhm. Okay, it's actually pretty good. I was gonna say, well, Matt's not here, but I was gonna say that Oba and Brock was mine. It's the match I'm probably looking forward to the most. Again, I feel like Oba's gonna be a future main eventer. He, if you quote me, because I was gonna say Braun Breaker last year to this year, but definitely next year. He probably gonna win the Royal Rumble. He's probably gonna be the one main eventing WrestleMania, maybe with a Roman. That'd be really cool. But I could place hold that spot Roman versus someone for the championship next year. I could do the same thing with Obafemi. Obafemi versus Roman next year for the championship would be huge as well.
Mhm.
Regardless, it would feel like 2005 all over again, where Batista was taking on Triple H and John Cena was taking on JBL, where you can see those two guys are going to be the future of this company. You're going to see they're going to be the next big thing, and they won their championships, and they were the next big thing. They were huge, right? I feel like both of them are going to do the same thing. Unfortunately, Braun Breaker's not here this year, but for sure Obafemi is, and because he's battling against someone like a Brock Lesnar, it's just huge to me. I feel like this one's a true passing the torch, kind of like Hogan versus The Rock, or trying to think of other big moments when people pass the torch. Um,
Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior.
Stone Cold
I
and Bret
guess
Hart, Shawn Michaels, Bret
yeah.
Hart, Bret
Triple
Hart,
H and
Stone Cold.
Batista.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like those
like
things, like you can see they're passing on to the future, and the year is going to be bright with them. So that's why it's probably going to be exciting. I'm hoping that's again that they really really go. I know Obafemi is a really good wrestler compared to Brock, who's a little bit more like one dimensional, but as a pro fighter, you could actually turn it on. So I'm hoping it's not a 5 minute stinker. Hoping it at least last 10 minutes. So not a finisher fest
I, th-
to say, but
I think it's gonna be a finisher fest, but we'll see.
okay. Next thing,
I'm hoping it's not, but I think it will be.
which you probably already answered one. I was gonna say, what do you think are gonna be the best two matches of the night on night one, night two? Not necessarily the most biggest like
hmm
star spectacle,
So,
but like entertaining wise, like
uh, entertainment wise, so best two, as in two matches from night one and two matches from night two, or
no,
one match
one,
from night one.
one of each. Yeah.
Oh, so night one, I think the match that will steal the show for me will be Vakir versus Liv. I
Okay.
think they're gonna have a sleeper of a great match.
Okay.
Uh, I think it might be the. I personally feel like it might be the match that they talk about for Saturday.
Okay.
That's how much faith I have because like Liv Morgan's super super good. Stephanie Vakir is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they've done well in keeping them apart. So like you don't really
I don't know.
know like ring psychology wise like how this match is gonna go, but I'm very much looking forward to it. Like it gives me like a classic NXT Takeover feel with how I feel like that match is gonna go.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that's gonna be the night one spectacle. Night two for me, honestly, ladder match. I think the ladder match is gonna steal the show. I
Okay.
think the ladder match is gonna steal the show. Like I'm looking forward to the other matches, but I think the ladder match is gonna be a fun spectacle that we're just gonna. It's gonna just keep us like on our feet the entire time.
Honestly, I think you got both of my opinions. I was gonna say for night one, it was either the Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vakur match. I thought it was a little bit too easy, so I was like, I'm gonna go with the unsanctioned match. I feel like they're gonna
Unsanctioned match, yeah.
turn a lot of heads. They're gonna be surprised, especially if Jacob Fatu jumps off of crazy stuff in the crowd or on the stage.
hmm
We
hmm
still haven't seen how the stage is gonna be built either, but
Yeah.
I think those would be really, really like cool matches to steal the night. And night two again would be Oba versus Brock, or it would be the ladder match. I feel like it's gonna be a low key banger. There's gonna be maybe I'm just like an extremist. Maybe I just want people to flip off stuff, like I mentioned with the Jacob Fatu and Drew match. But yeah, I think those two would steal the night and they'd be low key dark horses. Okay, now that we're done with WrestleMania, sheets or salt?
I don't even know if I have any salt, so I mean, I guess we could go sheets, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I have anything else besides this.
Let's get lost in the sheets.
Come on, go Toronto, they're gonna blow it. All right, welcome to Matt's Dirt Sheets minus Matt, where Derek is taking over the segment. Derek, what do you have here in the sheets? See if I can find it
So
myself.
we already talked about Io Sky Asuka more than likely be a match that is going to be postponed beyond WrestleMania, which sucks, um but yeah, that is what it is. Um let's see. There is potential. Joe Hendry did like a small little concert on NXT and kind of teased that he might be main roster bound soon. And the
Ooh.
backstage reports sheets are saying that they are considering Sol Ruka, JC Jane,
Yeah, most
Joe
likely those two.
Hendry, and Ethan Page
Oh
as
wow.
people that they might. Which honestly, I'm good with all of them, especially Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page is ready for the main roster. I love Ethan Page so much. He's such
Mhm.
a yeah, he's such a good character, and I think he'd be great on the main roster. So
Think it's
yeah,
like a SmackDown bound?
yeah, I can see him on SmackDown. I can definitely see him on SmackDown for sure.
Okay.
Um, oh yeah, something that happened today. Cody Rhodes showed up to Pat McAfee's
Yes, he did.
set and smashed his set and took back his WWE Championship. Which again, as much as like I hate all the external involvement, this was actually really funny. This is really funny because I saw a clip of Pat McAfee basically talking about it and like basically blaming like one of his like set members and be like, bro, like you let him into the building and like you heard all this stuff going on, he didn't do anything about it. And like the guy was like, yo, honestly, I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. He came in, he said like, he was gonna he was gonna swing by, like he was gonna swing by and see you. I didn't think he meant that literally, but like and it's just like Pat was just kind of like, yo, like, you know what? Like, well, no, you're gonna stay here. Like, I'm like, you're fired. Like, I don't even think I can fire you because this is a podcast. That's not really how it works here. But he's like, yeah, I want you to leave. Like, get out of here. Like, you let him like wreck our set. And he's kind of like, look, I like, like I do it on purpose. And everyone's just kind of like, he's just gonna walk over to the snack drawer. He's like, oh no, he's actually leaving. And he's like, all right, cool, yeah, he's fired. Like, screw that guy. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. A little like external piece adding to the Pat McAfee stuff,
Hmm.
and the Cody Rhodes stuff.
Makes it a little bit better.
Uh,
It's the intensity cut we need
let's
from Cody. Rainsels
yeah.
says Cody and the New Day are on the new scare tactics.
Um, I think he's on one of the episodes of Scare Tactics with the New Day, I believe. Um, yes, yeah, there was like an episode where they pranked somebody, I think, but yeah, it looked kind of funny. This was like pre breakup with Big E. Like I think Big E was
Okay.
on it as well.
Okay.
Let's see.
There's a couple of things you sent me today. Mention other than
CM
important.
Punk. CM Punk mentioned that he didn't watch Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker, even though Paul Heyman like called him, and basically tried to like push him to watch the match, and he was just like, okay, like, and like he understood like why, but it was just like he was burnt out at that point. He's just like, yeah, I'm done. Like I didn't want to watch any of it. So
Honestly,
he
same.
mentions that, yeah. Um, he also mentioned that he felt like WWE manipulated him over the WrestleMania main event, which was something that he did mention on the podcast with Colt Cabana when he left WWE. Kind of mentioned that like Vince constantly kind of dangled the main event over his head to get him to come back earlier from injury to do back matches and stuff like that, which is
Never gave
kind
it
of
to
what
him.
led to him. Yeah, they never gave to him. They kind of just was like, oh, well, you're having a main event level match. It's like, no, like you know what I want, like kind of thing, right? So
Yeah.
when 30 came around and he found that he wasn't main eventing, he's like, yeah, after shut him out. Um, let's see, Lily Garcia marries former pro
Yes.
wrestler ahead of WrestleMania
I
42.
don't know who this pro wrestler is,
Uh,
but yeah, she got married.
I don't know who him either, but she got married, so good for her.
Rip to Johnny.
Uh,
We have the
let's
Mascara versus
see.
Mascara match in Mexico. Those Americanos. And
Oh,
it's huge, bro. The way Undertaker apparently is booking, everyone's calling him Booker of the Year. I kind of want to see
yeah,
AAA. That's like at the end, I think, of
yeah,
May. We're definitely going to see
yeah,
that because I think that's
yeah,
going to be fun. And even just
yeah.
the rivalries, their intensity they've been having, it looks fun, man. It just looks like what WWE kind of needs right now. And good. I'm glad they're kind of cooking.
Yeah, so that looks like it's gonna be really dope. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Stephanie Kerr mentioned that AJ Styles said that her corkscrew moonsault was a better version of the spiral tap.
Ooh.
And Vaquero kind of felt nervous at first because she's just like, "Oh, like I need to stop using it." He's just like, "Absolutely not! Like you do it better than me. Like keep using it," kind of thing, which she thought was like a huge like honor and huge compliment from his side.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see.
Oh, Alberto Del Rio released from jail after paying 1.13 million pesos because he is a woman abuser. And he got caught again, and I'm still surprised how he is released. But that guy a true sicko, bro.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna see him anywhere near WWE. We know that much.
Oh.
Or AAA, even though Rey Mysterio promised that he would get him.
Roman Reigns has no plan to retire anytime soon and says he still has more left to accomplish. They're having a watch party at Real Sports Bar and Grill for WWE.
They are. That was gonna be my original plan for this weekend until George clutched up and got to the theater room for the weekend. So,
It's crazy.
yeah. Uh,
Shawn Michaels does his signature pose with his two children. I won't lie,
yep.
they do not look like anything like him personally.
Nope. Nope. Uh, but there's like a new documentary for Shawn Michaels on Peacock that I want to
Peacock.
watch. So,
Peacock. You also sent Stone Cold Steve Austin being in Fortnite. It looks pretty cool.
yeah.
Pat McAfee has disclosed that The Rock does not wish to return.
Yeah.
Yep, we all knew that. And then Rhea Ripley, she was in one of like the sneaker, I forgot what it was called. Complex, is it? Where she was like sneaker shopping, but she was buying Vans. She said that she wanted to um, have a partnership with Vans. She DM'd them before, but they
Oh
never
yeah.
responded.
Yeah.
But now that she's
Yeah.
huge, she wants to know if they would do like a collaboration. She's also mentioned that a lot of WWE wrestlers are now mainstream. And that she's glad that they're being showcased outside of like WWE, that they're like common house names, and they're asking her questions like, how does she feel when like I think it was like Lil Yachty, like found out who
Mhm.
she was, and like Drake when he was like, she's my muse or whatever, and like when he was
Yeah.
backstage when we were there at Elimination Chamber, he was in Gorilla or whatever, and like he kind of said hi and stuff to her. So she was like, it's huge, like a surreal moment. Another thing which has been a topic of discussion for a while is that she was a lot more muscular, thicker before, and she lost a lot of weight. There is speculations around like she lost the weight because, and she does mention that she's had a lot of like back problems now, and a lot of back issues, and a part of it is because of the amount of muscles she has, or the I guess a way shape of her body. So a lot of people were also speculating. But she's also mentioned just a little eating disorder that I'm actively trying to handle. So yeah, that's why she is more slim now. I thought I was just gonna be making her more athletic, but it is what it is. Um, he said the Usos rank their family members based on in-ring ability. Jay has top five, starting from five: Rikishi, The Rock, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu. Number one is Roman Reigns. Jimmy had Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Rikishi, The Rock, and Roman Reigns is number one. They did not put each other on that list. Crazy. They put they put Solo on there though, both of them.
They post all of that, which you can tell that they love their younger brother.
No Maga. Disappointing. AJ Lee says CM Punk and herself, you shared this by the way, both share Bailey as their work wife. We're always like, she's mine. No, she's mine.
Yeah, but then CM Punk clarified. He said like it's actually his work wife is actually Kofi Kingston. Um, yeah. So
That's funny. What else? Cody Rhodes calls Pat McAfee angle the worst thing in pro wrestling, and then he visited the great one. And that is Wayne Gretzky with his mom, Mama Rhodes. They're there. Mama
nice.
Rhodes. Which I don't know why they're there, but they are. And that is everything we have in the sheets. Luis
Yeah,
Diaz
that's
scored
about
a
it.
banger, eliminating Real Madrid. That's all my news I have. Do you have anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think I'm ready for WrestleMania.
I think we're ready for WrestleMania. You also said, and you mentioned this week, that you were very ready for this week and you finally were excited for WrestleMania. You feel like it was in your bones. Why
Yeah.
do you feel that way now compared to like before?
Uh, just because I think it's just because it's here. We're 2 or 3 days away from it. It's gonna be a fun time, a full weekend of full year of stuff since last year's WrestleMania. Get to hang with the boys, get in the theater room, and all that
Right.
stuff. It's yeah, like I don't know, the feeling is just like there now. Like I'm excited. I think that again, I think this WrestleMania is going to be. I think it'll be better. I think it has the potential of being better than last year at the very least.
For sure.
Um,
I believe so.
and yeah, yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I like single definitive matches, and there aren't a lot of multi-man matches this year.
Okay.
At least the multi-person matches that are going on. I mean, with the exception of the women's tag team match, like the multi-man matches that we do have going on, I'm actually looking forward to. I think there's some equity there. Although
Mhm.
the multi-person matches that they had last year were also the best matches that they had on the card last year. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's feeling. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is like one of my favorite events aside from the Royal Rumble. So
Yeah.
just having the feeling of knowing that it's here, it's upon us. It gets me all giddy, gets me all psyched
Yeah.
up, and
Is it
I've been watching a lot
moves your
of
needle? Huh?
previous
You like that?
moving the needle a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just ready to just like sit down and see how everything unfolds.
I'm just excited because like the road to WrestleMania in general, from what we've done, has always been something that we all get together and like chill and relax and like, as you said, eat food and drink and have fun and sit down in the movie theater, well, our private theater, of course, and watch it.
Yep.
Right? Like, I think it's gonna be very, very exciting no matter what. And as you said, I've been excited for WrestleMania because it's just like the way they put the card together. Not necessarily the rivalry. I'm not like gonna say like WrestleMania was it 40 or 39, where I was just like super, super into like wrestling and into
Yeah.
WrestleMania, sorry. Um, I feel like last year it kind of like died down a lot and it was like ugh. And this year has been a lot of ugh in general.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'm just exhausted now. Like Royal Rumble was fun, Elimination Chamber was fun, but now I'm exhausted from the huge gap that they had between the two pay-per-views. WrestleMania should have realistically been a week or 2 weeks ago, but
Hmm.
now I'm very excited. I feel like I'm that feeling that you got, it might hit me during SmackDown when they probably do
Fair.
the Andre Memorial Battle Royal, once they finally solidify those final events and we're all off and we're good to go to like hang out. I think that's what that will get that feeling for me. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
WrestleMania. Now even more excited after just like saying that.
You know, it's here.
It's here, bro. We're
We've
here.
arrived.
Appreciate everyone stopping by. We'll give our opinions, our results, and our feels of how WrestleMania went next week. And of course, the post WrestleMania Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, where they start pushing, hiring new wrestlers, calling up a lot of new wrestlers, creating new storylines, and yeah, we'll see what leads to that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of surprises this week, especially at WrestleMania. There's probably a lot of people who've been injured for a while, and I think they're going to come back. So, besides the new
I
people you mentioned as well.
yeah, I can see that happening. WrestleMania Saturday. Hint, hint.
If you smell, no, I'm kidding. You guys never coming back. Anyways, appreciate everyone stopping by. It's been your boy Eric from UFC.
And this is Derek at the EMFC.
See you guys next week. Peace.